Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the MRSM Admits paper. Okay, today we'll be looking at paper 1 and probably tomorrow, okay, around this time also lah. Okay, we will look at the paper 2 lah. I kind of want to finish this MRSM and then after that I will maybe do the SBP paper as well because the SBP paper maths, okay, kita admits, okay, kita belum bincang. And then after that, we'll see how lah. Okay, so looking at this paper 1 paper, it's quite interesting. Got some some easy questions, some a little bit more difficult. And of course, there's 1 or 2 that is a little bit out of this world lah. Okay, as with the MRSM standard lah. Okay, and so we begin by looking at this paper 1. The answers are given. Okay, the answers, I will give you the answers and I will probably discuss how to do these questions as well. Okay, so the first question is simplify for cert 4a minus 3 over cert a plus 9, sorry, cert 9a. Okay, and I think when we answer this, there are 2 very important things that we need to remember. Okay, whenever we talk about certs or index or even log laws, factorizing plays a part. Okay, factorizing plays a part in getting this right lah. Okay, so and you know we want to change this, okay, to become this lah. Okay, where we see that actually p is equals to 11. Okay, that's actually what we want. So how would you do this? Okay, of course, 1, it will involve factorizing, and secondly, definitely you have to talk about rationalizing the denominator. Okay, that's a very important skill. Whenever we talk about cert, simplifying certs most of the time will involve rationalizing the denominator. Okay, so how I would do this is, if you notice that actually cert 4 and cert 9 actually are square root 4 and square root 9. So it will actually be 4 times 2 cert A minus 3 over cert A plus 3 cert A, because cert 9 is 3. Okay. So then you will find that this is 8 cert A plus 3 cert A. So you find that these 2 are the same, right? So therefore you can combine them both together. So you get 11 cert A minus 3 over cert A. Okay, and again, after you factorize, you have to rationalize the denominator. Of course, the only denominator you need to rationalize is this one lah. So how do you rationalize the denominator? You multiply with cert A on up and below. Okay, so you get 11 cert A minus 3 cert A over A. Cert A times cert A is A lah. Okay, now this one has no cert A. Okay, has no cert A. Sorry, this one has no A at the bottom, but this one ada. But we can combine the 2, okay, to become everything over A. So this will be 11A cert A minus 3 cert A. Okay, and then that's where we factorize. No? We get 11A minus 3. Factorize out the cert A over A. And this brings us to very similar to this. Did I say 11A? Yeah, 11A minus 3 cert A over A. Okay, state the final answer in this form. So the good news is they give you the form of the final answer, but they didn't give you what's the value of P. Okay, P is a constant. So if you notice here, there's nothing really very special about this question. Okay, it just requires you to notice that, okay, this one is cert A and this one is cert A. So the number we can plus together. Okay, secondly, of course, the skill of rationalizing the denominator sangat penting di sini lah. Okay, and then of course, finally is the factorization again. Okay, so 3-step process lah to get the final answer. Factorize, rationalize, and then factorize again or simplify. Okay, to get it in this form. Okay, nothing very special. Maybe a little bit challenging because we're not used to cert questions lah, but otherwise should be okay. Right? Number two is also a simple question. Okay, and I mentioned this in our previous class. Always remember that when you have something like this, x plus 1, always look at it the other way. Kita kasih pecahkannya. Will be 5 to the power of x times 5 to the power of 1. Okay, don't forget that. Dia bukan 5x begini ya. Okay, ini salah. Okay, they are like x plus 1. So you can split it according to the law of indices. Okay, and this is a very common thing we see lah. So you see over here 5x, 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 makan. So I can split it up. Okay, you get 5x to the power of 5 to the power 1 plus 5 to the power x times 5 to the power 3 plus 5 to the power x equals to 5 to the power x and then 42x plus 5. Okay, then you see here that each one of these got 5 to the power x. So I factorize it out. Okay, I get 5 to the power x, and then what am I left with? 5 to the power 1 plus 5 to the power 3 plus here is what? Here's 1 equals to 5 to the power x, 42x plus 5. And then this one you can simplify and then you can solve this. Okay, you can solve this to get x equals to 3. Okay, so again, everybody, the key to understanding this index, this index thing, okay, is to make sure that you see the index number as a two-way process. Okay, dia bukan one way. Okay, remember a to the power m times a to the power n is equals to a to the power m plus n kan. It also works the other way around. Okay, I can also write this as a to the power m times a to the power n. Same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. Jangan kerana tiada tanda darab itu kan, terus kau tidak tahu macam mana mau jawab sudah. No lah. Okay, it's just multiply only. Okay, question. Oh, sorry, is there a question B? Okay, question B. Evaluate the log of m, sert mn plus log m over. Okay, first of all, notice that both of these are log m, and there is a plus over here. So if you remember the first log law, log 10ab equals to log 10a plus log 10b. Same base. Okay, so you can combine both together. So if we combine both, it's going to look like log m sert mn times m over sert n. And I multiply both together. Okay, and then I'm going to get, okay, this sert mn kan saya boleh pisahkan lah. Okay, I'm going to get sert m times sert n times m over sert n. This will be log m. Then you find that this sert n and sert n can potong lah. Okay, and then this one you can actually multiply. Sert m, okay, sert m is actually m to the power of half. So m to the power of half times m to the power of 1. Okay, is equals to m to the power of 3 over 2 lah. Log mm to the power of 3 over 2. There's just one more step to go, and then you will get the answer for this entire thing is 3 over 2. Okay. So, okay, so at this stage, you may be asking lah, kenapa saya tidak tahu semua benda ini? Okay, atau astaga susahnya. Actually, it is not difficult lah. Okay, I would say it's not difficult, but sometimes things are difficult lah because you don't have enough experience with it. Kamu tidak cukup practice dengan benda-benda macam ini. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's difficult to understand. You just need to keep practicing until you get it lah. Okay, and it's still possible. Okay, jangan fikir yang terlalu lambat sudah kan, jadi skip ini soalan, kau tidak mau jawab. Okay, it's still possible for you to answer this question, but keep practicing. Okay, keep practicing. We're not done yet. There's still another 2 more steps, but I think you can finish it from here. Okay, log mm is equals to 1. Okay, number 3. So diagram 1 shows the first 3 arts that you use in cuboid shape with the square base arranged by Ali in his new closet. Okay, so this is the beginning of the, what kind of question is this? Okay, hold on. Now, question is, given that the height of the closet is 60 and the height of each cuboid is 5 cm more than the previous cuboid. Okay, so you have y plus 5, y plus 10, and then you have y plus 15, y plus 20, y plus 25, and so on and so forth lah. The base is the same, but the height keeps changing. Okay, then the question is the volumes form an arithmetic progression. Okay, arithmetic progression. So this is very specific lah. They already say arithmetic progression. When you think about arithmetic progression, of course, you want to think about the formulas for arithmetic progression, which is 1 and 2. Okay, these two are the formulas for arithmetic progression. Okay, so the question after that goes into if the volume of the 6 cuboid is 4,500. So it's telling you T6 is 4,500. This is our beginning point. Okay, volume. Okay, so let's figure out the volume first. So we know that the first one, okay, is x squared y lah. The volume equals to x squared y. The second one is volume equals to x squared y plus 5. Okay, so the D, okay, the D is x squared y plus 5 minus x squared y. Okay, so the D would be 5x squared. Okay, if I factorize the x squared out, saya akan dapat y plus 5 minus y. So it will be x squared times 5. Okay, so my D is 5x squared. So I can already form the arithmetic progression, okay, by using the formula Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 D. So T6 is 4,500. My A is what? My A is x squared y. So x squared y plus 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, and then my D is 5x squared. Okay, equals to 4,500. Dan ini adalah kita punya first equation lah. Okay, this is our first equation. I mean, you can simplify this lah, okay, but it's essentially our first equation. Okay, the second equation will come from the sum of volumes of the first 4 cuboids are 11,000. Okay, so the sum is Sn equals to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, and they check up the first 4, S4 equals to 11,000. You can form this one again. 4 over 2 will be 2 times 2, our A is x squared y. Plus 4 minus 1, 3 times D is 5x squared. Okay, equals to 11,000. Okay, so that will be our second equation. Okay, there will be a second equation, and then what you do is you do simultaneous equation lah. Okay, so I'm not going to show you this. I'll let you do these simultaneous equations on your own. Okay, you do the simultaneous equations, and then you will get the answer x equals to 10 and y equals to 20. So this is a very kind of standard arithmetic question lah. Arithmetic progressions question. Dia bagi kamu ayat, kamu bentuk dua persamaan, lakukan persamaan serentak. Okay, in order to get x equals to 10 and y equals to 20. Okay, then the next question. Ali wants to arrange 10 cuboids in a row, horizontally, in a row in the closet. Can he do that? Okay, verify your answer by calculation. Okay, so if you want to arrange 10 cuboids in the closet, the last one, okay, the last one dia punya ketinggian itu tidak boleh lebih daripada 60. Okay, cannot be higher than 60. Now, if you got your A answer correct, x equals to 10 and y equals to 20, so you know that our first box is 10 and this is 20. Okay, so 25. So we take a look at the height of this one lah. Okay, kalau dia punya height of the 10th one is less than 60, then boleh masuk lah. Tapi kalau the height is more than 60, then tidak boleh masuk lah. Okay, the answer here is no lah, but how do you prove it? Okay, so we know that y equals to 20. Okay, from question A, y adalah 20. So ketinggian yang pertama adalah 20. Okay, so if the first one is 20, the second one is 25. Then you go into the 10th one lah. Okay, you list them out: 30, 35, 40, 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the height, okay, of the 10th box is 65 cm, right? Which is more than the height of the closet, which is 60 cm. Okay, so the height of the 10th box is 65 cm, which is more than the height of the closet. Okay, so Ali will not be able to arrange lah. Okay, so Ali cannot arrange 10 boxes in the closet. Okay. Yes, there are other ways to answer this. You can always use arithmetic progression again if you want. Okay, but I find that thinking it logically, sangat logic baik ni. Kan kamu ada ni dan kamu tahu sudah ketinggian yang pertama. You know every box is going to tambah 5, tambah 5, tambah 5. So logically you just want to see lah yang paling last itu dia boleh masuk ke dalam yang ketinggian 60. Bila kita kira tidak boleh sebab yang last itu ketinggian tu 65. So he cannot arrange 10 boxes in the closet. He can arrange 9 lah. Okay, but he can't arrange 10 because the 10th one tidak boleh masuk sudah. Okay, it's too big for the closet. Okay, so don't be afraid. Sometimes don't be afraid to fikirkannya logically and tulis jawapan kamu dalam bentuk ayat. Okay, the question said yes, verify your answer by calculation. Inilah ini. Okay, you are verifying your answer by calculation. Okay, as long as, but of course you must senaraikan semua lah. Jangan juga kamu 20 and then terus 65 macam tu. Apa ini? What is in the middle over here? Tiada. Okay, if you are going to list it out, list out the whole thing to the full. Okay, so that you don't miss anything. Okay, question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is a little bit weird now, but let's take a look lah. Diagram 2 shows a parallelogram ABCD in such that the length of AB is 10 units more than the length of AQ. Okay, I repeat, the length of AB is 10 units more than the length of AQ. Okay, that means, let's say AQ I say as X, AB will be X plus 10. Okay, that's what this means. Now, if the area of the parallelogram does not exceed the P unit, okay, find the range. Okay, now area of parallelogram is the length times the height. Bukan ini ya, bukan yang ini. Okay, so the area of parallelogram, okay, I'm going to change color, is X times X plus 10. Okay, and it says that it does not exceed P, so less than P. Find the range of the length of AQ. Okay, first of all, if you want to find the range, let's simplify this lah. So you have X squared plus 10X minus P is less than 0. Okay, and so when you find the range, you can't really do much about this, but what you can do is you can B squared minus 4AC, you can find the factor lah, X equals to negative B plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. Gantikan 1, 10 dan negative B lah. Okay, and you will get these two values. Okay, so what you will have is you will have these two. Okay, selepas saya pemudahkan, you will get on one side, you will get X equals to negative 5 minus square root 25 plus P, and X equals to negative 5 plus square root 25 plus P. Okay, this is what you expect to get. So what happens after this is that if you are going to find the range, obviously you have to draw this lah. Okay, when you draw this, this is negative 5 minus 25 plus P cert. Okay, and then this one is negative 5 plus cert 25 plus P. Oleh sebab kita mau kurang, So kita lorek di bawah sini lah. Okay. So our answer we will get is this. Okay, x is in between -5 minus cert 25 plus p to -5 plus cert 25 plus p. Except that, okay, except that this is an impossible answer. Okay, why? Because no matter what the value of your p is, okay, -5 minus another number is going to be another negative number. And it's always going to be a negative number. So we cannot accept a negative number sebab mana boleh how can your x value be a negative number? It has to be a positive number. Okay, so the right answer for this, the right answer for this would be 0 is less than x is less than -5 plus cert 25 plus p. So this would be the actual answer. Okay, but this question is a little bit strange lah. Not to say strange lah. This question is very jarang ditanya dalam bentuk beginilah. Because usually find the range, usually all the numbers are given. But this one is find the range in terms of p. That means you want to have the p somewhere in there. Okay, which is a very strange question lah. But the step is the same, you know. Okay, if you cannot factorize, you use the formula lah. Okay, negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac cert over 2a. You ganti, you simplify, you get these two values. Okay, draw the graph as always, and then state the range. Okay, but it's not enough to state the range. You also have to think about whether the range is logical. Okay, a negative value of x is not logical. Sebab x mesti sekurang-kurangnya kosong. Okay, no lah, not to say kosong lah. Actually, I would say that this one should be more than astaga. Sorry, 0 is more than x. Yeah, like this. Okay, dia tidak boleh sama dengan 0 lah. Kan? Where can your height be 0? But it's not fair. Okay, it won't be a trapezium already if height is 0. The moment your height is 0.1, okay, dia sudah jadi trapezium. Now, if at this stage you're like, apa banding soalan ini? Okay, don't worry about it. It's a very rare question. Okay, and also partially why I don't really like to discuss questions from MRSM because diorang punya soalan agak high level, like super high level yang macam apa ba ini? Okay, but it's good for us to be exposed to this lah. Okay, especially those of you who want to know more. Okay, question B. Diagram 3 shows the graph of y equals to x minus m squared. Okay, now when the graph is reflected in the line y equals to 9, okay, the function of yada yada is obtained. So reflected, this is y equals to 9 lah. Okay, 9 is somewhere here. So this is the line. This is y equals to 9. When it is reflected, you are going to get this value lah. Kan? Yang bawah akan pergi atas, yang atas akan pergi bawah. Okay, or something like that. Oh, sorry. Actually, it shouldn't be like that. Sorry. It should maybe be something like this. Yeah. Yeah. Kan? Kita kasih pantulkan. So the question is, determine the type of roots. Okay, it's just asking you to determine the type of roots, not asking you to identify the roots. Now, if I extend this graph, okay, I'm going to get this kind of roots, right? 1, 2. So what are these roots? These are two real and different roots. Okay, the original graph, the one in black color, this one is real and same roots. And the roots are the same because only one only ma. But if I reflect it, I will get this one. And then they say determine the type of roots. Is basically by just using the graph lah. This is a 1-mark question. It is what we call a conceptual question. Okay, it's either you know this concept or you have forgotten this concept lah. Okay, so two real and different roots. Okay. All right. Diagram 4 shows a relation between set x and set y. So this is a function question. Okay. State the domain and the what? The domain and the range. Okay. Well, the domain is everything that got x value lah. Okay, and then remember domain is 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. But remember, domain is written with the squiggly. Yeah? So 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. Okay, everything. The range is 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. And also written, sorry, and also written with the squiggly. Sorry, the curly bracket lah. I think it's called curly brackets. Yeah. Okay, so this is an easy question lah. Okay, maybe after like soalan 1, 2, 3 yang sudah kan. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 yang macam mau bikin mati sudah. Okay, so it's good to have this kind of break. Like, okay, easy question. Okay, just don't forget that the domain and the range has to be written with the squiggly. But of course, the next question, okay, is the one that is very like, what? So strange. Okay, in diagram 5, the function f maps set x to set y, and the function g maps set y to set z. Okay, so you're given that gy equals to 8 over 4 minus y. Okay, so you're given over here, this is 8 over 4 minus y, and this is y is less than 4. It's not equal to 4. Okay, I hope you know why this has to be written. Okay, please go and revise again if you don't know. Now the question is, find the function that maps z to set x. That means maps this way. Okay, now what you are not being told here is that gfx is this. Okay, they're telling you gfx is equals to 8 over 4 minus y. But the problem is, this is y lah. I need this to be in x. Okay, so all I have to do is inverse this to find gf negative 1x, which is what I want. Okay, this is what I want. Gf negative 1x, going from z to x. Okay, so the question is, kenapa dia bagi ini, dan lepas itu dia bagi ini 3x + 7. Okay, so look at this properly. What they are also telling you indirectly from this diagram is that g3x minus 7, okay, is equals to 8 over 4 minus y. Okay, is equals to 8 over 4 minus y. So what can we do? Of course, we can substitute the 3x minus 7 in lah. Okay, we'll get 3x minus 7 in. Sorry, okay, yes. We get the 3x minus 7 in. So we will have 8 over 4 minus 3x minus 7. Okay, this is our g3x minus 7. So when we simplify this, we get 8 over 4 plus 7 is 11 minus 3x. Okay, we'll get 8 over 11 minus 3x. So let's look at this logically. Gfx is this, okay, and g3x is equals to this. Okay, therefore I can say that gfx is equals to 8 over 11 minus 3x. So how do I find this? I just inverse it lah. Okay, so how do I inverse? The method I usually teach is kasih sama dengan y lah, 8 over 11 minus 3x. Okay, and then you do until you get x equals to yada. So my gf inverse x, okay, will be equal to 11x minus 8 over 3x. X tidak boleh sama dengan sifar. This is the final answer. Okay, so it's like a double step process just to find what you want. Basically, it's just asking you, fgx is this. Okay, fgx is this gy. But the problem is my gy is in y. I don't want the y, I want the x. So when I substitute the x in, I will get this 8 over 11 minus 3x. So if gfx is 8 over 11 minus 3x, what is gf inverse x, which is what the question wants? Okay, find from z to x. So gf inverse x will be you inverse yourself, and then you will get this answer. Okay, 11x minus 8 over 3x, and then don't forget to put the x. It cannot be equal to 0. Okay, this is a bit, I wouldn't say it's a bit tough lah, tapi dia memang mencabar kita punya pemahaman pasal composite function and inverse function. So it tests both things at the same time. Okay, so but it's a good question for us to practice on how to do inverse functions. Even if you don't understand what the question was, like, apa ba ini soalan ni? Kenapa dia? Actually, yeah, it's true. Sometimes some things are simple, but the way they ask it, it makes it look very difficult. But actually, it's a very simple. The working is simple. It's just the way they ask it that makes it challenging. Okay, and we kind of see this trend in the AdMaths papers. Okay, question C. Now, question C is a very familiar question. If you remember the Negeri 9 question kan, kita pernah tengok ini. Diagram 6 shows a function of hx. Look at the function. In the same diagram, sketch the graph of h inverse. Okay, if inverse, then of course you need to draw a mirror like this. Okay, y equals to x. And then the inverse will be, kalau x-nya adalah 2, y-nya adalah 2. And it will mirror this shape. Okay, dia akan jadi satu mirror. Hence, state the corresponding coordinates of 2, 0 on the graph of this one. So the corresponding coordinates. Okay, kalau hx adalah 2, 0, h inverse x will be 0 and 2. Okay, really nothing to this. I made a very long explanation about this when we were discussing the Negeri 9 paper. This is a clone of the Negeri 9 paper, or the Negeri 9 paper is a clone of this question. Okay, so mana tahu, okay, mana tahu this year this question comes up, and this is, I think this is also in your Form 4 textbook. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Macam mana kena tanya dalam Form 4 textbook. Okay, number 6. Number 6, macam semakin ke tengah kan, macam the question macam semakin senang lah. Okay, vector A is 5, -3, vector B is 2, -12. Find 2 vector A minus B. Okay, ini saya tidak payah buat untuk kamu lah. I'm just going to give you the answer. Okay, it be 8 and 6 lah. 8i plus 6j. Okay, and then vector unit, don't forget to find the vector unit. If it's 2a minus b, then you're going to use the 8 and 6 lah. Okay, so you have to find the magnitude first. Okay, the magnitude will be x squared plus y squared square root. Okay, like you're counting Pythagoras theorem. Okay, then you just divide the unit vector. Sorry, divide the vector with the magnitude. Okay, magnitude yang kamu kira di sini bahkan kasih bahagi saja, and you will get this answer. Okay, notice that bila soalan memberi dalam bentuk begini, kita beri jawapan dalam bentuk begini juga. Jangan juga kamu pergi 5i minus 3j. Then after that, your final answer also 8i plus 6j. Cannot, because the question give in this form. So your answer should also be in this form. Tapi kalau dalam jalan kerja kamu, if let's say kamu mau juga I and J sebab kamu rasa lebih senang, then can lah, go ahead I and J. But just make sure your final answer is the same bentuk. Bentuk yang sama dengan yang ditanya di dalam soalan. Okay, that's a very important point to remember lah when you are answering vector questions. Okay. Diagram 7 shows the straight line AB intersects straight line CD at point C. So it's an intersection there. Belum lagi dia bagi syarat kan. Let's look. Given that C is the midpoint. Okay, this is the midpoint. Now, midpoint means same length. You can immediately tell me what is the coordinate of C lah. Okay, 6 plus 2 divided by 2, 4. 6 plus 0 divided by 2, 3. Okay, so that one is normal lah. Okay, then point E divides the line segment CD with this ratio. HED equals to KCD. Okay, now let me rearrange this. H over K equals to CD over ED. So CD is H and ED is K. Okay, I'm going to write this down. ED is K. But H is from C all the way to D now. This is H. Okay. So my question to you is, what is EC? Oh, it's not very logical lah. Is H minus K. Kan? Keseluruhannya kalau tolak dengan K, H minus K lah. Okay. So find the value of R. So this is the lompat-lompat question. Okay, let me redraw this diagram for you. So we have D, we have E, and we have C. C is 4 and 3, E is -2 and 0, and D is R and -4. If we want to find the value of R, we're just going to use the X coordinates lah. Okay, this one is going to be K, and this one is going to be H minus K. Okay, now when you answer this, of course, the first question will be, oh no, what am I going to do? There's the, there's the K and there's the H over there. Okay. Okay, hold on. You know what? Don't worry about it. Okay, you know why? Because you also have the Y coordinates to help you. Okay, so you remember the lompat-lompat formula? If you don't remember, I'm pretty sure they would give it in the front. Hold on, let me check. The lompat-lompat formula. Oh, it's not given. Okay, the lompat formula is not given, then I'm afraid you have to remember the formula lah. Okay, I hope you know which formula I'm talking about, the one that jump here and there one. Okay, so form the two equations. Okay, -2 equals to R times H minus K, 4 times K over H. Everything is H, over H. Okay, and then after that, the second one is 0 equals to yada, 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 yada. Perform the simultaneous equations to find the value of R equals to -10. Okay. Now, doesn't matter what level you think you are at, I think that this is a question that can be answered by everyone. Okay, just don't let the H and the K menjadi satu penghalang. Okay, it will solve itself and don't worry about it. Just make sure that you follow the question as they ask lah. Okay, that's, I think, the more important thing lah. Okay. All right, let's continue. Question number 7. Okay, solve the equation 15 cos squared x minus 4 cos pi over 3 equals to cos x. Okay, for 0 to 360. Now, one thing very interesting is that this one, 4 cos pi over 3, is a number, it's not even this one. Okay, so remember that pi equals to 180 degrees. So pi over 3, okay, will be 60 degrees. Okay, and so cos pi over 3 will be cos 60 lah, bahkan. Okay, and how much is cos 60? It will be 1 over 2. Okay, cos 60 is half. I think so. Cos 60 equals to half. Yeah, okay, cos 60 is half. So if cos 60 is half, saya kasih masuk di sini lah. So 15 cos squared x minus 4 times half equals to cos x. Ini akan jadi 2 lah bahkan. So 15 cos squared x minus cos x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, and this is where you can EQN lah. Okay, when you EQN this, you will get 2 values of cos. Okay, I think I'm just going to show you until the 2 values now. Okay, so you will get cos x equals to 2 over 5 and cos x equals to -1 over 3. Okay, so here you will have 2 values lah, quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. 4. Okay, this one will be quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So that's why you will have 4 answers for this. Okay, every quadrant has 1 because it is a squared equation. Okay, I wouldn't say that this question is a particularly difficult question. Okay, but if you are, when we were doing trigonometry last time, kalau kau tidak berapa gemar trigonometry kan, ini memang akan menjadi mencabar lah. But if you know the basics of trigonometry, you know that this squared is basically like a normal quadratic equation. You just anggap itu x sebagai cos x, bahkan I think you will be fine. Okay, and of course you have to remember that which quadrant is positive, which quadrant is negative. All those will be very helpful lah. Okay, question 8. This is a very commonly asked question in paper 1, which is the relationship between differentiation and integration. Okay, so you have to remember this. When you see a question like this, you need to know that the differentiation of this will give you this. And the integration of the right side, okay, will give you this answer only, the d dx the other. Okay, so the question is, they ask you to find the value of the integration of 2x plus 1, sorry. Yeah, they ask you to find the integration of 2x plus 1 squared. Tapi sini ada 8x tolak 38, sini 4x tolak 19. Okay, and then here got 3 and then x minus 3 squared. So usually this always happens lah. Okay, this always happens where there's a value in there which actually can be factorized out. Okay, if you take a look at this, if I write 2x plus 1 squared times 2, 4x minus 19 over 3x minus 3 squared, then it will look very similar to this level. And it will look very similar. And all I have to do is remember that actually constants can be taken out. So I will get 2 over 3, the integration of 4 to 5 of this whole thing lah. 4x minus 19 over x minus 3 squared. Now, according to this one, okay, according to this information, the integration of this will give me this. So I can automatically write, tidak payah pun kamu integrate actually. Okay, you are never required to integrate something so complicated like this at Form 5 level. No, 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 no. This question is not testing you the skill of integration. It is testing you the skill of understanding the relationship between differentiation and integration. That is what this question is about. Okay, so be very careful about the aim of this question. So when you integrate this, you actually get 2 over 3. Then you have 4 and 5 over here of 2x plus 1, is it cube? Yeah, cube over x minus 3. Okay, and this one doesn't become difficult already. Substitute 5 minus substitute 4, and you should be able to get this answer, minus 127 over 3. Okay, so always remember, you are never required to integrate something so complicated. Okay, if this happens, usually they will give you a clue already. So understanding this relationship is very important. When you differentiate something, you differentiate A, you get B. So when you integrate B, you get A. That's the relationship that we need to remember. Okay, always, well, always. It's usually asked in paper 1 lah. Biasanya dia kena tanya di dalam paper 1. Okay, I've seen this in too many paper 1 questions. Terus budak pun, apa ini? Kenapa sangat complicated ini? Okay, always remember, you are never asked to integrate something so complicated at Form 5 level. Yeah, maybe you go to higher levels, then you will talk about the complicated integrations. Definitely not at Form 5 level. Halfway more. Okay, bertahan. The MRSM paper is quite challenging. Okay, but cannot. Okay, so you're given this integration, and then equals to 65 over 81. And then you are given another condition now where m is less than 4. Find the value of m. Okay. Now, this is an integration which a lot of people don't really remember. So I'm giving the clue over here. Okay, when you integrate something with a power, okay, of course you plus the power and then you divide by the power that is already plus, but you also divide by the number that is stuck with x. Okay, so if you look at this properly, this is our A. Okay, this is the A. Okay, so when you integrate this, okay, when you integrate this, okay, you will get 2 minus 1 over 4x to the power of negative plus 1, so negative 4 over negative 4, okay, over negative 4, okay, and then you have to multiply with negative 1 over 4. Don't forget this lah, multiply with the A. Okay, and because this is a with limits, so we don't have to plus C lah. Okay, and then it's equals to 65 over 81. Okay, so when you do this and you put in the M and the 4 and everything, okay, you will get, yes, I know you will get this to the power of 4. Okay, but don't worry about it lah. Okay, I think you should be able to, yeah, okay, you should be able to solve it. Okay, just this one, but you leave the M over there. What you will get now is you will get an M squared, yada, 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 yada. You get two answers for M. Okay, and you get two answers for M, and one of it is going to be more than 4, and the other one is going to be less than 4. Okay, and you will get the answer M equals to 2. So this is one of those questions where actually the integration is slightly challenging, but what happens after the integration, okay, is the one that is more challenging. Okay, so be careful when you substitute this. Okay, because when you substitute this kan, dia akan jadi a little bit kalut lah. Okay, if you want to this one will give you 1. Okay, so you just essentially it's just 2 to the power of negative 1 over 4x to the power of negative 4. Okay, then you have M and 4 equals to 65 over 81. Okay, substitute the 4 in, substitute the M in, and I think you'll be okay lah. Okay, you'll be quite fine. So give it a try, okay, and see if you can get the answer M equals to 2. Okay, a straight line y equals to 10 is a tangent to the curve y equals to gx. Okay, again, when we see tangent, we are thinking of dy dx lah. Okay, there is a certain gradient over there. Okay, now this symbol, I hope you know what this means. G double prime x is also the same as d2y dx2. And G prime x is also the same as dy dx. So they're telling you that dy dx, when x equals to 1, is equals to negative 8. Okay, so question is, find the equation of the curve, which is find y equals to second. So how do you go from d2y dx2 to y? You integrate twice lah. Okay, you integrate twice and you substitute in with all the information that you have. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. G prime x will be equals to the integration of negative 4 towards dx. Okay, I integrate negative 4, I'm going to get negative 4x plus c is G prime x. Okay, and they give us this information. Okay, when x equals to 1, G prime 1 is negative 8. Okay, so negative 8 equals to negative 4 times negative 1 plus c. I will get c is equals to negative 4. Should be negative 4. Yeah, c is equals to negative 4. So that means G prime x is equals to negative 4x minus 4. Then we integrate again because we want just gx. Okay, so gx is the integration of negative 4x minus 4 kepada dx. So you get negative 4x squared over 2 minus 4x again plus c. Okay, gx. Now this is the problem. What is the value of gx and what is the value of x? We don't know. Okay, but again, it's telling you what this question is not telling you is that when y equals to 10, x equals to 1. Because the dy dx at that point is negative 8. So it is telling you the coordinate without being very direct about it. Dia bukan terus terang dia bagi kamu itu coordinate. Okay, it is actually telling you that the coordinate is 1 and 10. So you have gx, which is 10, and you have x, which is 1. You can find the value of c, and you will get the final answer. Okay. Oh, I didn't give the final answer. Sorry, the final answer is, the final answer is gx equals to negative 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. Okay, this is the final answer. Okay, so it's a double integration because there was a double differentiation. Okay, sebelum ini. Okay. All right. Question number 10. Okay, a group of students consists of 4 boys and 4 girls who have attended an event. Okay, so in the event, they are seated at a round table. Okay, remember that round table, if you're going to arrange everybody, it is different from arranging in a straight line. Kalau kamu arrange in a straight line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For all the arrangements, it will be 8 factorial. Okay, but round the table, it is 8 minus 1. Okay, so the answer will be 7 factorial, which is actually equals to 5040. So be very aware of how you are arranging them if it is a permutation question. If it is a round table, the number of seats you have minus 1, then you factorial. But if you're arranging them in a straight line, okay, then the just 8 factorial lah. Kalau ada 8 kerusi, 8 factorial. Okay, so very special case for round table. Okay, round table, we have to minus 1, and then after that only we factorial it. Okay, question number 2, all of them have been asked to perform in a line. So now it's everybody in a line. Okay, so how many different ways of arrangement, okay, so that all the girls will stand in the middle of the line? Okay, so all the girls stand in the middle of the line means this is girl, 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 girl. Okay, so this is one group. Okay, so this will be 4 factorial. Okay, and then the rest all will be boy, 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 boy. Okay, so this is also another 4 factorial. So the working will be 4 factorial times 4 factorial, which will give you 576. Okay, 4 factorial times 4 factorial will give you 576. Okay, it's not a very difficult question compared to this or this. Okay, this one is a bit, this one is tough lah. Okay, this is a little bit much easier lah. If of course again remember the difference between a round table and a straight line. Okay, straight line begini, round table begitu. Okay, Badan Wakil Pelajar, which consists of 3 girls and 2 boys, okay, are selected as representative for the leadership camp. Now, if 3 representatives, so you want to select 3, how many different ways to select at least 1 girl? Okay, so at least 1 girl means you need to consider different case lah. 1 girl, 2 boys, 2 girls, 1 boy, and all 3 are girls. Okay, and this one is we want to select, kita mau pilih, choose. Okay, so kita mau menggunakan NCR lah, bukan NPR. NPR is kita pilih, lepas itu kita atur. Okay, we pick and then we arrange. But this one we are not arranging. Kita mau pilih saja. Okay, we just want to choose only. So 1 girl and 2 boys. So there are 3 girls. Choosing 1 girl is 3C1 times 2 boys 2B2 lah. 2C2 2B2 lah. Okay, 2 girls 3C2, 1 boy 2C1. All 3 girls will be 3C3 times no boys. Okay, 2C0. Then you find this together and then you add all of them. Okay, and the answer will be just 10 ways. Yeah, I know. So much work just for the answer number 10. Okay, but again, at least 1 girl means 1 girl, 2 girls, 3 girls. Okay, then you just add them all together. So it's, this is a very normal exercise question. You can find this in the textbook also. Okay, quite simple. Okay, diagram 8 shows an incomplete graph of Bn and then 0.4. So remember the binomial, this one, over here is n and over here is p. P is the probability of success. So if p is equal to 0.4, immediately you should know what is q. Okay, q will be 0.6. Okay, the question is find the value of n. Okay, so you can use either one lah. Okay, you can use either one. I'm going to use the 0 one lah. Okay, so r equals to 0. I want to find the value of n. Now, the formula is given in the front, okay, which is NCR p to the power of r, q to the power of n minus r. Okay, and you're given that when r equals to 0, the probability is 27 over 125 equals to NC0, 0.4 to the power of 0, 0.6 to the power of n. Okay, n minus 0 is n. Okay, now NC0 is 1. 0.4 to the power 0 is also 1. So essentially, you're just left with 0.6 to the power n equals to 27 over 125. Okay, you can solve this lah. Okay, use either log or you can test and see lah until you get 27 over 125, but you should get the answer n equals to 3. Okay. Once you find the answer n equals to 3, the next one is complete the graph lah. So that means you have 0, 1, you definitely need one line for 2 and another line for 3. But you need to find the value of the probability lah. Okay, hold on, let me rub this first. Okay, you need to find the value of the probability, which is you use the same one again, but now you know the n is 3. You change by using the different values of r. Okay, r is 2 and r is 3. Okay, so I've given the answers here. When r is 2, the probability is 36 over 125. When r is 3, the probability is 8 over 125. Okay, so it'll be somewhere around here. Okay, this will be 36 over 125, and somewhere here, this will be 8 over 125. Agak-agak lah, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Okay, just agak-agak, as long as you can give me the two probability values and the line. Okay, remember that this is a binomial distribution graph. Okay. All right. Question number 12. Okay, this is a linear law question. The variables x and y are related by the equation y equals to h to the power x, where h and k are constants. Then you plot log 10y against log x, against x. Okay, then you're given the two, this one. Find the value of h and k. So this one, if you answer enough paper 2 questions, you know that probably has something to do with the gradient lah. Okay, so let's change this. Y equals to h to the power x over sert k. If I log y equals to log 10, log 10 h to the power x minus log 10 sert k. Okay, log 10 sert k. Now I'm going to bring the x in front. So I know that log 10y equals to x log 10h minus log 10 sert k. So that means this one is my gradient. Okay, log 10 is my gradient. Can I calculate the gradient? Yes, you can. Okay, so you find a gradient sama dengan log 10h, and then you shift log, okay, to find the value of h. You should get about 100 lah. Okay. Secondly, minus log 10 sert k is our c, which is here. Okay, so there are a few ways of doing this lah. Obviously, you don't know what this value is lah, kan? So what you can do is you can substitute the value of log 10h of x and of log 10y. Okay, you can substitute this. For example, if I use this, 17 over 2, okay, which is log 10y equals to 4, which is x, and then log 10h will be the value of the gradient lah, which I don't know now, minus log 10 sert k. Okay, so we substitute, then we pindah, then we will get the value of log 10 sert k equals to 这样子, sorry, like this, and then after that you can find the value of k, okay, which is about 0.1. So, yeah, this is a pretty standard linear law question, okay, which is I wouldn't say it's too difficult. Just that you need to be careful, especially with the C lah. Okay, the C is saya rasa yang paling penting adalah yang huruf C itu. Okay, the C is the one that I'm afraid that you might miss out the negative. Okay, because of the C. Okay, so that's question number 12. 5-mark question. It's such a big number lah. Okay, now we come to the question where this is the question that inspired the reason why we're discussing this MRSM paper lah. Okay, which is this diagram 10.1 question. How do you answer this question? It's a very question lah. Okay, but it can be done. I wonder. Okay. Now diagram 10.1 shows a rectangular cardboard KLMN, okay, with a perimeter of 100 centimeters. So this is our first piece of information. And you can use this as 2P plus 2Q equals to 100. Okay, that's our first piece of information. Now to form a closed cylinder, and this is how I know what chapter this is from, because of the word maximum volume. Oh no. Sorry. Because of the word maximum volume. Okay. This is the reason why I know that this question is a differentiation question. At first I thought, oh, maybe it's circular measure, or maybe it's triangle, or maybe it's just a simultaneous equations question. No, it is a differentiation question because of the word maximum volume. When you talk about maximum volume, you're thinking of either dV, d something lah. Okay, is equals to 0. Okay, dV, d something is equals to 0. Depending on which letter you want to use, like it can be dVdr or dVdP or dVdQ lah. Okay, and I will come to that in a little while. Huh? Okay, so have that in mind. Now the sides Kn and Lm form the height of the cylinder. Okay, so they are telling you now that it is a cylinder and you're involving the volume now. So we start with the volume of the cylinder. Okay, the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h. And in our case here, the h is q. So I'm going to change this to pi r squared q. But the problem is I don't know what is my r. Okay, hold on. Diagram 10.2 shows two sides that will be cut from the cardboard TUVW to make the cover and the base of the cylinder. Okay, that one later lah. Okay, and then the question is, determine by calculation whether the given size of TUVW cardboard is suitable to be used to form the cover and the base of the cylinder. What? Okay, so this is a whole chunk of 8 marks lah. Okay, it's only one single question and it does become 8 marks. So it's like, oh, what is this? Apa ini? Kenapa kita? Okay, so yeah. To be honest with you, when I saw this question also, I had to think a little bit lah. I was like, I first had to think about what chapter is this question from? And then after that, what am I supposed to do with this chapter? Okay, so I had to think, okay, so we have to be very clear. When we do a maximum question, we're thinking of d something is equals to 0 because maximum. Okay, maximum volume of this one. But the problem is you're given 3 letters now, either P, Q or R. So mana satu yang kita mau pakai? We have to use the one that is related the most to the diagram, which is the letter P. Okay, so we want to have our V in terms of everything here changed to P. Okay, okay. So let's slowly do this. First of all, we can change our Q. Okay, our Q will be P plus Q equals to 50. So Q equals to 50 minus P. Okay, we have that. So let me write this here. V equals to pi r squared Q. Our Q just now I said is 50 minus P. Okay, so pi r squared 50 minus P. Okay, so far so good. Now the problem is my R. How do I change the R so that it is in terms of P? We need to understand this in terms of our what do you call that? Sorry, hold on. Okay, we have to understand it now in terms of the cylinder lah. Okay, so let's say this is the whole of P. If I roll this up, okay, if I roll this up into one circle, the entire P, the entire length of P, okay, has become the circumference of the circle. And so I can say that P is equals to 2 pi r. which is the formula for the circumference of the circle. Then P equals to 2 pi r. So R is equals to P over 2 pi. It doesn't help that it's raining. Terus kau rasa macam murung akan menjawab ni soalan. Okay, so R equals to P over 2 pi. So let me put this here. Pi P over 2 pi times 50, squared times 50 minus P. Okay, P over 2 pi. Okay, now I can simplify this. Obviously, I can simplify this. So I'll get P squared over 4. And then the pi will be down here. Because this pi and pi squared will potong-potong, you just get pi lah. Okay, times 50 minus P. Let me make this a little bit more this one. So V equals to 50P squared minus P cubed. Okay, and each of this is over 4 pi. Okay, the reason why I want to split this up is so that I can differentiate this easier. dV dP. Oh, you know what? Let me simplify first. 50 divided by 4 is 20. Sorry. 50 divided by 4. Oh, no, sorry. 25 over 2. 25p squared over 2 pi. Okay, minus p cubed over 4 pi. Okay, I better hope I get this correct. Yeah, should be correct. Okay. So when I dv dp, okay, I will get the 2 saya bawa ke depan, maka 2 times 25 over 2 pi p. Okay, the power gone down 1 already. Okay, minus 3p squared over 4 pi. Okay, let me simplify this. 2 and 2 saya potong. So 25 over pi p minus 3p squared over 4 pi. Okay, is dv dp. Now, at maximum volume, okay, which is what the question wants. At maximum volume, I said that dv dp is equals to 0. Okay, so if I do dv dp equals to 0, okay, let me bring this up. 25 over pi p minus 3p squared over 4 pi. You can simplify this lah. Okay, you can simplify this. Yeah, I know. This is why this is an 8-mark question. Everybody's like, wow, kenapa ini? Okay, now my answer question number 14 and 15. Yes, 14 and 15 is much easier than this lah. Okay, but this question is very interesting lah. To me, it's very interesting, although it's very mafan lah. Okay, if you're still following, okay, I will finish this until the end lah. This is satu-satunya soalan yang saya akan jawab sampai habis lah. Okay, now if I combine this, I will get 100p minus 3p squared over 4 pi. Saya mau kasih semua jadi 4 pi. Okay, so 25 times 4 lah. Why? Okay, why supaya bila saya pindah ni ke atas, dia akan jadi hilang lah, dia akan jadi kosong. So I will get 100p minus 3p squared equals to 0. Okay, 100p minus 3p squared equals to 0. And I can factorize this and get my two answers. Okay, one will be p equals to 0 and the other one will be p equals to 100 over 3. Okay, p equals to 0, obviously kita reject lah. Because mana boleh p sama dengan kosong makan. P has to be 100 over 3. Okay, but we are not done. The question is asking what? The question is asking, can, okay, if you're given this size of the cardboard, okay, can it be used as the cover and the base of the cylinder? Okay, so now we know that the circumference of the circle, okay, is at least 100 over 3 or what's 100 divided by 3? 33.33 lah, okay, 33.33 cm. Okay, our cylinder, the minimum shape must be 33.33 cm. So the question is, now we have to figure out how much is this circumference? Okay, so take a look at this. This is 11 cm. So my radius is how much? My radius is 5.5. Okay, so so the circumference of the circle in TUVW, okay, is equals to 2 pi times 5.5, which is how much? 2 times 5 times 5.5, which is about 34.56. 34.56 cm. Okay, so the cylinder yang kamu mau bikin, we know that the circumference is 33.3, but the cylinder in the other cardboard is about 34.56. So the question is it suitable to be used? Of course it's suitable because the cardboard is bigger than the actual cylinder punya circumference. Okay, so how would we write this? The circumference of the cylinder is less than the circumference of the circle in TUVW. So it is suitable, okay, to be used as the cover and base. Done. Okay. The members of the art club, MRSM-X, okay, want to draw a mural on the wall of their college's computer lab. So the design of the mural is congruent blue squares as shown here. Now the blue square shape at the 20th to the 25th row will be painted with red color. So the question is derive the formula of the sum of the first n terms of the number of the blue squares of the shape that are drawn. Okay, so that's all they give you. Okay, but you know that, okay, you know that this is an arithmetic progression because the first one is 1, the second one is 3, the third one is 5. So you have A equals to 1 and D equals to 2. Okay, so the formula for the sum of the first n terms, if we use the original one, Sn equals to n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, let me substitute a and d inside. I'll get n over 2, 2 times 1 plus n minus 1 times 2. Okay, now all you need to do is simplify all this and you will get this answer. Okay, just simplify it. Okay, don't make it. This is obviously arithmetic progression lah. Okay, it's about 1, 3, 5 and so on and so forth. Okay, so Sn equals to n squared is the derivation. Is the lepas kamu derive kan, lepas kamu simplify ini, kau akan dapat Sn equals to n squared. Now, seterusnya, hence calculate the number of blue squares that will be painted with red color. Now it says that from the 20th to the 25th row will be painted with red color. So you want to find the total number of squares from the 20th to the 25th. So it's S25 minus S19, not S20, because we want the 20th row to be inside. So kita kena tolak yang the first 19 so that we can get 20th to 25. Okay. So S25, S19 will be 25 squared minus 19 squared. How do I know it is 25 squared, 19 squared? Because you already got the formula in the first question. So if n is 25, 25 squared minus 19 squared, you will get the answer 264. Okay, so compared to the just now punya question, kan, this is like, astaga kacangnya soalan ni. Kan, compared to the number 13 lah. Okay, all right. This one, diagram 12 shows information about the rainforest based on report NGO. So this is the number we want, 785 million rainforests remaining from all over the world. Wow, scary. Now, the report, okay, also stated that the average annual rate of deforestation is 0.8, which means that if you are starting with 785, okay, less 0.8% will give you, okay, this one you have to calculate on your own. Okay, you will get 722.2. And then less another 0.8% from that, okay, you get, okay, sorry. Sorry, my mistake. It's not 0.22. Sorry. Astaga. Sorry, my mistake. The first one should be 778.72. And then less another 0.8%, you get 772.49, and so on and so forth. And we find that this forms a geometric progression in which the A is 785 and the R is 778.72 divided by 785 is 0.992. Okay, this is our R. So the question is, find the remaining area of the rainforest for the nth year. Okay, so we want to find Tn. Okay, ARN minus 1. Substitute A, substitute R, and then leave the answer as it is. Okay, the answer will be Tn equals to 785, 0.992 n minus 1. Okay, you can't really do much about this. Okay, the answer is in the formula itself. Okay, hence find the minimum number of years where at most half of the area remains. Okay, so half of the area, if we want to find minimum, which means we want to have less than so 785 times 0.992 to the power of n minus 1 is less than 785 divided by 2, half. Okay, find a minimum number of years where at most half, that means dia mesti kurang atau sama dengan lah. Okay, at most, paling selebih-lebihnya. Okay, so you solve this and you will get around, what you will get is n is more than 87.926. 296. Okay, you will get 87.296. Now be very careful guys with this. Do not bundarkan. Ini bukan pasal membundarkan. Ini adalah apakah nombor seterusnya yang memenuhi syarat ini. N is more than 87.2. So the next nearest number after 87.2 is 88. Okay, so don't miss out on that one last mark because it is not about rounding off. Ini bukan membundarkan tau. Ini adalah kita tengok syarat and we see the next available nombor bulat. Okay, so be very careful with this. Okay, jangan fikir round off sudah. It's not round off. Okay, now for those of you who are asking, how do I solve this? Ini memang kena pakai log lah. Okay, you have to use log. So just be aware of it lah. Okay, memang kalau solve this, memang kena pakai log. And jangan darab ini dahulu. Okay, tampar kamu ni kalau kamu darab. Why? Because ini 0.992 ada kaitan dengan ini kuasa. Kuasa mesti duluan settle. So you cannot 785 times 0.992, which is a very common mistake a lot of people make. Okay, so don't times it in. Just bring the 785 across and divide. Okay, jangan sibuk-sibuk mau kasih darab. Because itu 0.992, dia tersangkut dengan kuasa. Okay, be careful with that. All right, last question. We have come to the last question of the day. Okay, organizer Y wants to organize a virtual running event. Okay, wow. Now, diagram 13 shows the plaque for the virtual running event that will be given by the organizer to all the participants. The cost of each plaque is 45 ringgit. Now, it is 3 circles and all the shaded regions are congruent. Congruent means they are the same size, they're the same area, everything. Now, the radius of the circle is 3 and the perimeter of each of the shaded area is 2 pi cm. Okay, that means each of these okay, is 2 pi. Oh, sorry, perimeter. Here, sorry. Okay. This length plus this length, okay, is equals to 2 pi cm. Okay, so that means logically, just this top half only must be pi log, because pi plus pi equals to 2 pi. So the top is pi, the bottom also is, the length is pi. Okay, so question is calculate the total area. Okay, calculate the total area of the shaded region. So the good news is, If you count one shaded region, then you just times 7 only long. Okay, you just darab dengan 7, you get the total area. The problem is, how do you calculate the area? Okay, so I have drawn this circle for you to show you lah. Okay, so the green color is the one I shaded. The radius is 3. Okay, and you are given this length which you don't know lah. Okay, this length. Okay, which you don't know. But you know that this one is pi. So you can use r s equals to r theta. Okay, to find the value of the angle. Okay, so s is pi. Kan? Kita sudah establish lah. R is 3. And we want to find the value of the angle. Okay, so the angle will be actually pi over 3. Pi over 3 radian. Okay, now why is this angle useful to us? Because we can use this to calculate this section. And how do we calculate that? There's a long formula to that lah, kan? It is the area of sector minus the area of triangle. And the area of sector is 1 over 2 r squared theta. We have r, we have theta, which is pi over 3. All you have to do is just put it in and substitute. Area of the triangle, also the same, 1 over 2 AB sine theta. But this theta must be in degrees. Pi over 3 radian is 60 degrees. Okay, if you don't know that until now is the time to know lah. Pi over 3 radian is 60 degrees. So this will be sine 60. Here will be pi over 3, just so that you know the difference lah. Okay, and so you will find that the area of this red color section, okay, I'm running out of colors already. Okay, the area of this particular section, oh no, I don't have the answer. Sorry. So when you find the area of this section, all you have to do is times 2. Okay, times 2 to find the entire thing. Then you times 7. Okay, so this whole thing, you times 2 so that you can find both sides. And then you times 7 because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 segments all together. Okay, and you will get the answer between 11.4 to 11.42 centimeter per segi. Okay, so this is not a difficult question. Well, it's a pretty standard question now. I would say this is a standard SPM question. It's a pretty good question. Okay, but it is a whole chunk of 6 marks. So you want to make sure that you don't get this wrong. Okay, last one. Organizer Y intends to color the shaded region with golden color. Wow. Okay, the cost of coloring is 1 ringgit 20 per cm squared. Calculate the percentage of incremental cost. Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu, peratus pertambahan cost. So, kalau kamu mau tahu peratus pertambahan cost, you need to know how much is the pertambahan cost first. Okay, so cost mewarna, the cost for coloring is 101 ringgit 20 cent per centimeter squared. So let's say your answer, you get about, let's say you get 11.40 lah. So the cost increase, okay, is 1 ringgit 20 times 11.40. Okay, 120 times 11.40 will be about 13 ringgit and 68 cent. 13 ringgit and 68 cent. Okay, that's the cost increase. So how about the percentage of the cost increase? The percentage of increase will be 1368 over, what is the original price? 45 ringgit times 100. And you should get about this, 30.4 to 30.46%. Okay, so this is not a difficult question. Definitely this is not difficult. Compared to soalan A kan, ini lebih senang lah. Jawab soalan B lebih senang. Okay, but just remember that you're not just supposed to count the cost tambahan. Kamu kena kira peratus pertambahan. Okay, which is what makes this question very extra. Okay, very extra and very over the top. Okay.